All right, so this lesson will cover circles, which is one of the conics. We started with conics yesterday. So this is the equation in standard form. The center is hk, whatever h is here, and k is here. And the radius you find by taking the square root of r squared. Okay, so I'm going to give you a total of 7 examples in this lesson. And let's start with example number 1. So for number 1, we have x plus 9 squared plus y plus 1 squared equals 36. So this one is already in standard form, so we don't have to do much with this problem. All we need to do is write the coordinates of the center. So the center, this is h and this is k. So that means negative 9, comma, negative 1 is where the center is located. And the radius is, if you take the square root of 36, the radius is 6 units long. And that's the answer to the first example. Let's go on to example number 2 then. For number 2, let's say we have y squared is equal to 16 minus x squared. So first, this is on a standard form. What I'm going to do is I'm going to move this x squared to this side, which means I'm going to add it. So then the equation becomes x squared plus y squared equals 16. Since there's no parentheses with the x or the y, that means h is 0 and k is 0. So then once you have the equation in this form, you can write the coordinates of the center point. So that's the point 0, 0, and the radius is the square root of 16, which is 4 units. And this is the answer to example number 2. So let's go on to example number 3. And for number 3, let's say we have x squared plus y squared is equal to 49. Okay, as you can see, there is no h or k value, so that again implies that h and k are 0. So this circle is center at the origin. So the center point has coordinates of 0, comma, 0, and the radius is a square root of 49, which means the radius is 7 units long. And that's the answer to example number 3. Example number 4. Let's say we have x squared minus 2x plus y squared plus 6y is equal to 26. Okay, so in this case, to be able to write the equation in standard form, we have to go back to what you saw in Algebra 2, which is you're going to complete the square. So I don't know if you remember this or not. All you have to do is you divide this negative 2 by 1. So then that gives you minus 1. And then square it. Plus y, divide this 6 by 2. And that gives you plus 3. Square it and then set it equal to 26. Then we're taking the square of negative 1, which is positive 1. So this is why it's called completing the square. So that's for the x's. And then 3, you take the square of 3, and you add, in this case, 9 to it. Okay? So then by completing the square, we can write this equation in standard form. So this is x minus 1 squared plus y plus 3 squared is equal to 26 plus 1 is 27. 27 plus 9 is 36, which means the center of the circle is located at 1 for x and negative 3 for y. And the radius is the square root of 36, which is equal to 6. Okay, so there we have the center point and the radius. Okay, let's go on to example number 5 then. So for number 5, we have x squared minus 6x plus y squared minus 8y plus 24 plus 24 is equal to 0. Okay, so first I'm going to move this 24 to the other side. which means it becomes negative 24 on this side. Then I'm going to complete the square. So I divide that negative 6 by 2. So then this becomes x minus 3 square. But then I'm going to take the square of negative 3, so that gives me 9. So I'm going to add that 9 over here. And then this becomes, for the y, so plus y, negative 8 divided by 2 is negative 4. So minus 4, square it. And then I'm going to take the square of negative 4, which is 16. So plus 16. And let's see. And I guess I gave myself too much space on this side. But anyways, this is what you can expect to see. So then this stays as x minus 3 square plus y minus 4 square. Then 9 plus 16 is 25. 25 minus 24, 1. Which means the center of the circle is at 3, 4. So C for center, 3, 4. And the radius is the square root of 1, which is 1. And that's all for example number 5. Number 6. For number 6, let's say we're given x squared plus y squared minus 6x minus 2y. And we have a plus 6 on this side, and this is equal to 0. Again, we need to move this 6 to the other side of the equation. So then it becomes minus 6 on this side. And then I'm going to put together the x squared and the negative 6x. Okay, so then this is x squared minus 6x. And then plus the y squared minus 2y. So then I'm going to complete the square. All right. So then this becomes x minus 3 square plus y minus 1 square. And this is negative 6. But then notice I'm going to take the square of negative 3. So that becomes plus 9. And then I'm also going to take the square of negative 1. So that becomes 1. So then the equation in standard form is x minus 3 square plus y minus 1 square is equal to, this 9 plus 1 is 10, 10 minus 6, 4. So then the center of this circle is located at 3, 1, and the radius is equal to the square root of 4, which is 2. And that's all for example number 6. For example number 7, let's see if I have enough space here. Let's say we have x squared plus 12x plus y squared equals 13. Okay, so I'm just going to mention something here about this one. So for this one, if there is no linear term, okay, this is linear, this is quadratic, so there's no linear term for y squared for y, or no linear partner, then there is no need to complete the square. Okay, so I'm going to complete the square for x squared and 12x. So this becomes x squared plus 12x. 12 divided by 2 is 6. So x, I'm going to go back and erase this x squared. So x plus 6 squared plus y squared equals 13. But then I'm going to take the square of 6, which means I'm going to add 36 on this side. So then we have x plus 6 squared plus y squared equals, this is what, 39, 49, so this becomes 49. Which means the center of this circle, C for center, is where x is negative 6 and y is 0, that's the value of k. And the radius is the square root of 49, which is equal to 7. And that is all for this lesson.